What's up, everybody? Back with another video on why we need to, I don't know if anybody's seen this in the past 24 hours, but they're coming again, and why it's important that we need to come together faster than not, because as you can see, Department of Homeland Security standing up, misinformation, disinformation board for election security. Alright, Biden blasted for policing free speech with dystopian disinformation bureau. Alright, DHS Disinformation Board to tackle Russian migrant smugglers. Okay, that's what they say, but we all know it's to come for anything that isn't in the narrative. Alright, so this has been in the news, guys. Alright, Department of Homeland Security is standing up on misinformation, disinformation governance boards to help combat election security threats and protect the homeland, DHS Secretary announced on April 27th. So the board will be co-chaired by Undersecretary of Policy Rob Silvers and Principal Deputy Counsel Jennifer Gaskill, Nina, whoever, a former disinformation fellow at the Wilson Center, confirmed she will head the board as executive director. The goal is to bring resources to the department together to address this threat. Alright, this is why this shit is so important, because if it ain't coming from them, it's disinformation. And it's missing the rest because of the stupid ad. But cybersecurity, Ukraine, the elections, and this is well, here, look, we're gonna go here. Boom. Now this is what they're doing. Alright? And this is a Homeland Security Watch. This is back in February. Alright, but they just upped this. So you have, they updated this back then, but they updated it to 27th from this. So, alright. And what is it all about? Okay, what do they have on here? It says the August focused on 9/11 attacks, increased online chatter among domestic extremists, and potential violence sparked by anger over the reimposition of measures that the DHS on alert for violent extremists may use particular messaging platforms or techniques to obscure operational indicators that provide specific warning of pending acts of violence. Well, all they're talking about right here is, using code words, so the algorithm don't pick it up. All right, so it says, okay, DHS previously issued a bulletin in May focused on evolving threats from ideologically motivated, whatever the fucking word is, motivated violent extremists and potential targets opening up as lockdowns were lifted. Alright? Okay, they talk about, conspiracy theorists. Alright? Look right here. Disinformation and misinformation propagated and disseminated by both domestic and foreign actors are listed as the first key factors influencing the heightened threat environment, with grievances stoked by unsubstantiated widespread election fraud, conspiracy theories, and misinformation, this word, right? Noted inspiring violent extremist attacks during 2021. The bulletin calls for violence, alright, which is all bullshit. Alright, such as churches, synagogues, mosques, institutions for higher education, racial and they always use these to slip in their bullshit. Alright, racially or religiously motivated extremism and disinformation, conspiracy theories, for example, mitigation and measures, particularly the and this have been used by domestic violent extremists to justify violence since 2020. Alright, and could continue to inspire these extremists to target government, healthcare, and academic institutions. Alright, also know that recent bomb threats, which you all know were bullshit, that were popping up all around the United States about Jewish facilities and churches. Alright, we know most of them were all bullshit. All right, it's just what they do. All right, now what else is down here? Including spreading false information or misleading narratives about 5G cellular technology. Online 5G conspiracy theorists have alleged that the technology is used to track people and or spread you know what. So this is what they upped. All right, this is what they upped. I mean, everything, man. So it's kind of like crazy. So this is what they're doing. All right, and this is what they did the other day. So it's caused a big, stir. Obviously, it's gonna, because what happened to free speech? I mean, this is straight communist right here. You can't say anything. Like what? I'm like, wait a minute. Disinformation. This is part of the SPARS pandemic. This is part of that training manual. And this all ties into Mr. Elon Musk getting Twitter. So pretty interesting. And this is why it's time to come together, man, because they're making big moves. Simply just us saying that, oh, Mr. 19 is just a cold can get you in trouble, at some point. And I mean, think about it. I mean, look at this one. I mean, this is all about Trump, and Trump's coming back, so pretty crazy. But they're just upping the ante. They're using Russia and migrant smugglers and.
The Department of Homeland Security is setting up a disinformation governance board to tackle misinformation ahead of the midterms. Secretary Mayorkas said that part of its intention was to tackle misinformation in Hispanic communities especially. Can you give us an idea of what this board is going to be doing, what their authority would look like?
Sure, Jackie. I really haven't dug into this exactly. I mean, we of course support this effort, but let me see if I can get more specifics. We know that there has been a range of disinfo out there about a range of topics. I mean, including COVID, for example, and also elections and eligibility, but I will check and see if there's more specifics.
Yesterday, you announced the formation of Disinformation Governance Board at DHS. You put out a bulletin 2 months ago, big fancy bulletin here, red, white, and blue. You said that misleading narratives, dis and malinformation, MDM as you call it, misleading narratives undermine the trust in government. I was just wondering, when the head of the CDC, Ms. Walensky, said that the vaccinated can't get the virus, did that undermine trust in government? When the highest paid official in our government, the smartest man on the planet, Dr. Fauci, when he said the virus didn't come from a lab, did that undermine trust in government? How about this one? How about when 51 former intel officials told us that the Hunter Biden story had all the earmarks of Russian misinformation? Will that be something that this governance board that you just formed, will you be looking into that?
Congressman, the Disinformation Board addresses disinformation that imperils the safety and security of our homeland. And one of the primary areas that we are focused on is the dissemination of disinformation and its potential connectivity.
But that's not what your bulletin talked about.
The gentleman's time about
COVID.
The gentleman's time has expired. I am permitting the witness to answer the question. The gentleman can say nothing now. It's witnesses
let me know when
privileged to answer the gentleman's question.
Yeah.
And
Continue your answer.
And its connectivity to.
What do you say to people sort of